Alright you guys, this is Eric back at you with another DIY video. So today I decided to take apart my car to replace a wheel bearing on this 2006 Nissan Altima 3.5 liter, and this applies to other Nissans as well that have a pressed-in bearing. So let me show you what I did. So first, what you're gonna have to do is take off this axle nut that's on this CV axle. This is a 32 millimeter. For me, I needed to take it out with a impact. It would not come off with the breaker bar. I broke one breaker bar doing that, so I purchased a air compressor and I did take that off with the impact. That is a 32 bolt again, or not. After that, what you're gonna want to do is take off. So you're gonna lift up the car, take off the tire. You're gonna want to take off the brake caliper. I took the whole thing apart. I'm replacing this rotor right here. So I took the whole thing apart by taking off these two bolts right here. I believe these are 19 that I took off from there. And also I just loosened them up. These little, I guess you can say, sliding caliper bolts up so that it doesn't have a lot of tension on the rotor when I'm taking it off. Also, you're gonna have to remove these two bolts right here, which are this is like the suspension bolts that holds on the knuckle. So this side right here is a 17, and on this side it's gonna have I believe that one was a 19 that goes on there. So it's gonna look like that, and it's gonna go through the knuckle. After you remove that or loosen them up, first loosen everything up. After that, you're gonna take off your ABS sensor right here. That's held down by a 12 millimeter. Once you do that, just move it to the side like how I did it right here. It's not gonna hurt anything, just dangling right there. After that, take off your outer tie rod nut right here. This is a 19, I believe, as well. Or actually, yeah, 19. So that's a 19. It might be different on yours. This is aftermarket, so I did reuse a different, it's like a lock nut washer type of thing. So it does not have the little hole for the cotter pin. So yours might be different. After that, go ahead and remove your lower control arm nut right there. And this is held in by a 7/8. So go ahead and remove that. For me, it was very easy to take these off. The only issue that I had was taking this off and my axle nut. Those were the two difficult things, you know. And also with this, you're gonna need a good breaker bar or an impact, you know. So these things tend to rust up on here, and it's very hard to take them off. So just be careful when you guys are doing this. But yeah, after you do that, loosen up the bottom one. It's gonna look exactly the same thing. Mine's over there. I have everything scattered around, but same bolt pretty much. After you do that, it's gonna look something like this. I already took mine apart. So this is a work in progress type of thing I'm doing here. So I already took off my I don't know what this is called. It's probably the wheel bearing hub. My threads were really messed up, so I'm not even gonna try to take this outer race out of here. So I'm just gonna replace the whole unit. It came cheaper to me to replace the whole unit with the bearing, so that's what I'm gonna do. So this is gonna look like something like that when you get it out of the car. Also be careful not to damage this shield right here that goes by the rotor. I dinged it a little bit, but I'll fix it. So just be careful not to damage this. On here, there are two types of like, I guess you can say, type of snap ring looking thing. So these are right here. are the ones that are recessed inside of there. So these are kind of tricky to take off. I got these little picks from Harbor Freight. These were like what, $2 I believe, and I was able to take it out with these little guys right here. You can also try to wedge in like a little flathead screwdriver in there on that little. Let me get that to focus there. So it has those little edges right here that you can put the flathead on there, and then try to move it out, and then try to get something to push it from the back, and then pick it up, and then you should be able to get it out. It is very difficult. What I suggest for you guys to do is to hit this with like the flathead, hit it on the corner, and then just move it around all the way until it's nice and free, so that you won't have any resistance while you're working on this when you're trying to take it out. It has two of them in each side, so you need to take both of those out to replace the bearing. If the kit comes with these two, so might as well replace them while you're already there. You don't need like a expensive type of press or something like that. I rented this kit from AutoZone. I believe this was like $50-60, and it comes with everything that you should need to press this out. I'm in the middle of pressing this out, so let me go ahead and see if I can take it out, and then I'll let you guys know how that goes. You guys, so I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and push this out with this tool that I rented from AutoZone. So this is what the setup that I had yesterday. So you want something that's you know, go around to get that little race right here. That's you can barely see it, but you want something over that to go like that, and then you're just gonna hammer it and try to lift this off the ground so that when it comes out through the back, it doesn't have anything that's hitting it that can stop it. So let's see if I can knock that out of there, okay? All right, you guys, so that's my progress so far. So not even a third down the way. It's really hard to hammer this thing. So just be patient, you guys, slow and steady. Okay, so this is the progress now. I'm almost there. You gotta be hitting this for a while, so get a big hammer. I'm using this little tiny hammer, so look how I'm leaving that. So once you get to a certain point, it's gonna go in sooner. I mean, it's gonna go in faster, so just keep at it, you guys. So once you get out your bearing, it's gonna look like that inside, and then you can see where those little snap rings go on. The camera focuses. So right in those little grooves, has it on both sides. You're gonna want to clean those out so that the new snap ring can fit on there nice and smooth. And then just make sure that your wall is not messed up or anything like that. Clean it up, put some grease on it when you're gonna install your new bearing. This is my old bearing. It came out with the other side of the race, and then you're gonna need this part right here to press in your new bearing. So just keep this, and I'll show you what you guys are gonna do right now in a second. You guys, so after you get your bearing out, you're gonna go ahead and get the new snap rings. And then you're gonna go ahead and you just put one side in first, the groove, in the little groove right there. And then you're gonna go with the hammer. You're gonna go around like that and push on it. And then you're gonna put your finger on the inside right here and just hold it down as you go. And then that should get it in. All right, so once you put your snap ring in, it should look something like that. As you can see, I greased mine up a little bit so it can be a little bit smoother for installation. Now what you're gonna want to do is just get some all-purpose grease and go ahead and grease the walls where the bearing is gonna live, and then do the same thing with your new bearing. Put it on the outside. Okay, you guys, so after you grease your bearing, you're gonna just place it on there, and then you're gonna slightly tap it with the hammer on the edges, and then just to sit it right where it's supposed to go. After that, go ahead and get your old bearing and then just place it on top of it. And then get something like to hit it with, one of these guys right here that's large enough, and it just start hitting it from the top. And then it should go in there nice and smooth. All right, you guys, so that's half, well, mostly almost there. So that's the progress going now. Let's see how it looks from behind. That's how it looks from behind. So we're gonna go ahead and keep going on with this repair. All right, guys, so the bearing's in. So the last step to do now, well, one of the last steps is to get your other snap ring and place it on top. After you do that, you're gonna go ahead and get your, guess you can call this your wheel bearing hub. And you're gonna go ahead and put it in. And I'll show you guys how to do that right now. Okay, you guys, so in order for you guys to install the top ring, the snap ring that is gonna be facing the wheel, it's very difficult. So you're gonna have to, what pretty much you're gonna do, so if you come over here, look, I'll show you. So when it's out, the first side is gonna be in. Once it's in, this is gonna be going around it and it's gonna be coming on top over here. So what you're gonna do is, like around this section right here, you're gonna go ahead and get your flathead screwdriver. You're gonna pry it in between the snap ring and this metal piece right here. You're gonna pull it this way, and then you're gonna go ahead and turn it like this, like if you're tightening something. When you do that, you're gonna press it really, really hard on top of here, and then it's gonna press the ring down. And then you're gonna be able to get half of it in, and then you can do the same thing over here. Just turn it this way and then press in, and that should get you your snap ring in there. Okay? Okay, you guys, so we're gonna go ahead and just place our wheel bearing, our wheel hub on there. And then we're gonna look for the appropriate size presser right here. And then we're gonna go ahead and press it over here on top like that. But we also wanna place something on the bottom of it, right there. Something that's gonna be as big as that. Something like that. So that when you're placing this in, this won't push out the bottom race out. So go ahead and do that, and then we'll be back. Okay, you guys, so after you put your wheel bearing and wheel hub together, a tip when putting back everything together, for the lower control arm, it has this little ball joint right here. So just place the bottom hole right here on there for support, because this is kind of heavy. And then you're gonna lean this back like that, and then you're gonna go ahead and place your axle in there. Just twist it, and then you're gonna put one of the studs on there, and then that's how it should go. It's smoother like that, and then just you're gonna start connecting everything back. Okay, so we're gonna get our other stud. We're gonna place it inside. You gotta wiggle it around because all the weight of the suspension will be on the knuckle right here. So just wiggle it and go ahead and place the fasteners on there. And again, this is a 17 on this side, 19 on this side. And it has 2 bolts, so I'm just gonna run them down, and then I'm gonna torque these down. I had the spec, torque spec for these, so I'll go ahead and leave them in the description for you guys, so that you guys can torque them down. And then now you're gonna go ahead and get your tie rod, place it on the knuckle, and then this is a 17 right here. 19, sorry. It's gonna be 19. Just screw that on. We're not gonna tighten anything yet. It's gonna be right here in the bottom. Okay. So now, for the bottom, the lower control arm, this is gonna be a 7/8 right here, we're just gonna put the fastener on there without tightening it, because again we're gonna torque everything down later on. So we're just gonna put it on for now. Okay, you guys, so we're just gonna tighten these down and then we'll torque them later. This is 19. So the tie rod is gonna be a 19. Okay, so you can go ahead and brace your rotor and your caliper piston. You're gonna go ahead and tighten the two bolts that go in the back. These are 19 right here. So as you can see right here, there's a little hole where that goes, and then that goes through the caliper on this end, and then there's another one exactly the same on the bottom of it. You can't probably pick that up, but it's down there. Okay, you guys, so that pretty much sums up this video. Don't forget to torque all these nuts down, and also don't forget your ABS. There's a 12mm that hooks this to the back of the wheel bearing assembly right here. So just go ahead and put that in there right there. After that, go ahead and just put your wheel on. Torque this axle nut when the wheel is on the ground. So you leave the little center cap off until it's on the ground, and then torque this down. I don't know what the torque is off the top of my head, but I'll leave it down in the description for you guys. And then torque your lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds, and then you should be golden. See you guys in the next one.